Hey, what's going on? My name is Neil and I love saving money, especially when it comes to YouTube ads. So in today's video, I have 5 tips that are going to save you guys a ton of money when it comes to running your campaigns on YouTube. And make sure that your hard-earned dollars stay in your pocket and not big Google's pockets. So before I jump into this video, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. If you like saving money with YouTube ads, if you want to grow your YouTube ads accounts, you want to scale your spend, this is the channel that you need to subscribe to. So go ahead, do that, and let's jump into the video. The inspiration of this video actually comes from a change that Google rolled out a few weeks ago that was a little sneaky, a little sly, and actually caused marketers to waste a lot more ad spend than they're used to. The change basically forces everybody to put their YouTube ads on display networks. Now, Google thought nobody would notice and things would be, just how they are. But what marketers started to notice was a lot of their spend was being wasted on these display network campaigns. So my first tip to you guys is actually a holistic tip, which is to make sure that you're checking on all of the changes that Google's applying to YouTube ads, as well as making sure that you're looking over where your dollars are actually being spent. Because if you're not tracking where your dollars are going, it might be a lot easier for Google to sneak a couple things in that are completely wasting your budget. So the matter at hand, how do we get rid of all of these irrelevant placements like apps and display network? Well, the best way we've actually found is to go in and manually exclude them from your campaigns. You can do this by going into your placements, going under where ads were shown, and selecting those campaigns and excluding them from your campaigns. You can even take it a step further and put them in a master exclusion list and have that excluded throughout your entire account. Now, this is something that we cover deeply in our course and how to exclude a lot of bad placements. So if you're interested in something like that, or you want to get a little bit more in depth, or you want a little shortcut to this entire process, be sure to check out our YouTube ads course. There's going to be a link in the description below. So with that said, let's jump into our second money-saving tip, which is to exclude TV screens. Now, you can split up traffic on YouTube with device, and I highly recommend that you actually exclude all TV screens. The reason for this being is we've noticed that conversions on TVs are a lot lower than mobile or desktop traffic. And this is pretty intuitive, right? When somebody's watching YouTube on their TV, they're a lot less likely to pause the YouTube video, go on their phone or their controller and click the ad. For this reason, I really recommend that you guys exclude all TV screens from your campaigns. Number 3, and this is kind of an extension of the TV screens, which is to exclude all live stream and embedded videos. So these are 2 very important things. 1, live streams. Obviously, when people are watching live streams, a lot of the times they're listening to music or it's super long live streams. They're not clicking on the YouTube ads. So you want to be excluding this. Again, if you are running an offer that is meant for live streams, definitely split test this. But in our experience, the conversion rates on live streams as well as embedded videos are a lot lower. Now with embedded videos, again, this can be a real hit or miss depending on what your offer is and where you're advertising. But for the most part, embedded videos tend to be videos that are placed on other websites. A lot of time it's junk traffic. So you wanna be making sure that you're excluding it. If not, put it in its own separate campaign and split test those 2 placements specifically to make sure if they work for your offer or not. So number 4, this is something that we get with our students quite a bit, and people complain about this all the time, is that their ads are actually being placed on very irrelevant videos and channels. Like I mentioned in the previous tip, you want to be making sure that you go into your placements and see where your ads were shown. A lot of times what we found is that your ads are actually being shown in channels that have nothing to do with your business or offer. A lot of times it's going to be kids channels or foreign language channels, and you want to make sure that you're on top of this. The easiest way, again, to mitigate all of this is to exclude all of those placements. We actually have a master exclusion list that you can get access to by joining our free Facebook group, which has already 2,000 channels that are kids or foreign language channels that are completely irrelevant to a lot of the businesses that are advertising on YouTube ads. So you want to make sure that the traffic coming in from these channels is not really affecting your spend. And make sure that you keep an eye out for that. My 5th and final tip is to actually exclude irrelevant demographics. What do I mean by this? So in a typical campaign, you are just taking off which demographics that you want your ad to go to. However, I find that sometimes this isn't enough. Sometimes you have to go in and manually exclude the targets that you don't want. So what do I mean by this? So say that you have a product that's catering to young moms. Now, traditionally, you would go into YouTube and you would select the demographic targeting of females, hoping that only females see your ad. However, what I also recommend is actually excluding the male audience, right? Because sometimes what happens is some of your ads will be shown to the male audience. Now, this is because YouTube's demographic targeting isn't 100%, and you could actually be really strict with this. So other examples of this would be excluding household income, excluding parental status, whatever it may be, just to make sure that your ads are actually going in front of people that you really want them to be in front of. So those are my top 5 tips on how to save money on YouTube ads. Now, the principles of these are very similar. You really want to make sure that the ads that you've worked really hard on and you're spending money on are going in front of the right eyes. At the end of the day, as marketers, that's really all we want. So whenever that doesn't happen, let's correct it. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, we put out a ton of content, so we would really appreciate the support. Helps out with the channel with growth and bringing out more content to you guys. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.